Welcome to the third episode of Drawn and Cornered. It's very, very early morning on the 9th of November. We've gone through the election now. Donald Trump has won the presidency in what appears to be a ever increasing election. It appears as though Hillary Clinton may actually win the popular vote, which I'm sure is only going to make this even more contentious win for Trump. Um, a couple of things I think are important to remember right now. Um, One is that this isn't the end. This doesn't get us out of our responsibility to continue to pay attention, to continue to hold people accountable for the choices they're making. We have a representative democracy, which means that these folks are supposed to speak on our behalf. When they don't, it's very important that we are there to check them as quickly as possible, whether that be phone calls, whether that be letters, whether that be campaigns. Social media has made this incredibly easy to do by mobilizing huge groups of people to make sure that your voices are heard in a very, very quick manner. Um, this doesn't this doesn't mean that we're at the end of that cycle. I don't care who your candidate was. I don't care if you consider tonight a win or if you consider tonight a loss. We are still participants in this game consistently every day. And the second portion of this, I believe, comes to this thought process that politics is just another hobby. It's something like paying attention to sports, or if you're interested in movies or books or something along those lines. It's not. It's completely different. There are hobbies. There are things that you're interested in. There are things that provide benefit to your life because you are interested into them. Whatever those be, that's up to you. Politics is not that way. There's a reason why it's called civic duty and not civic hobby. Okay, our government doesn't work properly if the populace is not invested. Okay, you're seeing that not only in this election cycle, you're seeing this with the bureaucracy that's out there. Folks that think there's too much money in government, that is because the people are no longer paying attention. So other influences are able to come in and change the scope of what government is. All of the ills that we see in government, whether it's too big, too bureaucratic, too wasteful, whatever it may be, all of those ills are solved by a concerned and dedicated public that is involved. The minute that happens, and the minute that you see that happen on a grand scale, whether that be voting, whether that be the social media aspect that we talked about, just engaging people while you're out there. When somebody asks, like, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" Go, "What'd you think of the discussion last night on whatever issue happens to be out there?" Start talking to people about this stuff, whatever side you're on. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that the opinions that are being pushed out there, are being talked about out there, are things that are grander than the latest season of House of Cards, or what the Nora Jones book is going to be like this time. Make sure that you're focusing on the right things, okay? This is going to be difficult for some of you. I happen to love it, so it's something I get into very easily. For those that don't love it as much, it's still something you have to do. Pick up a newspaper, check out Times website, CNN's website once a day. 5 minutes. 5 minutes is all it'll take and give you a base understanding of what's going on in your world. Will greatly improve not only this democracy, the people's lives around you, your life. Everything about our government will work and operate better if we are a part of it.